Hi Aries, this is your forecast for the month of July 2017. This is a general reading for Aries Sun, Aries Rising, or Aries Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. You can watch your reading in 3 different ways: the full extended monthly, or for just the energy influence, watch the brief. Or in addition to the brief, watch the weekly for the upcoming week. Weeklies also make it easy for you to review information you may have forgotten in the full reading. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, and I invite you to follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. Please also check out my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/on-demand/findinglove for monthly love readings. Now, the underlying energy is this 9 of Swords. So there's a sense of anxiety and worry. Maybe you're worried about your business. Maybe you're worried about being alone. Maybe you're worried about a child. Maybe you're worried about problems in the family. And so whatever it is possibly keeping you up at night. You're going round and round over a situation. For some of you, this is focused on health. You know, there could be health issues to deal with. Maybe you're worried about a female who is suffering in some way. For some of you, maybe there's the possibility of death, given whatever a circumstance is. So there's a focus on endings. Now, in the positive, if all of these interactions with family and social invitations and being happy has worked out for you, it's positive energy, then perhaps there's something negative that's coming to a close and you feel a sense of hope, faith that the suffering is about to end, that you're on the verge of a new horizon and that there's nothing to worry about. But for others of you, you are going over old ground. There's some issues that have not been settled, and perhaps you're in a bit of a spiritual struggle, and it's exhausting for you. It could be somebody, again, who is ill. Somebody may be facing surgery. Somebody may be grieving. There could be issues. Again, if you were dealing with rebellion or being over demanding, maybe somebody's being a bully or somebody's being abusive. And it's possible that even though somebody has expressed remorse, there's still the possibility that they may abuse again in some way, whatever that may mean. So there is a situation happening for you this month where you know how you want things to play out. You've pictured it in your head. You want people to behave a certain way. You want something to unfold. You want a circumstance to be what you want it to be. And because you're so attached to that something or that someone, it's a challenge for you. You're not able to face the facts or the reality of what it is. And so you're letting it wear on you physically. And you need to step back in order to recharge. So you may need that solitude. You may need that time alone. You may need that connection to nature. For others of you, the problem is this is undue pessimism. Something is not as bad as you think it is. The problem more likely is that you are not considering other possibilities. You're stuck on this one particular outcome and you can't let that go. And so for whatever reason, maybe, you feel it's going to cost your pride, or it's a matter of principle for you, or you're simply just stuck to a rut in your thinking, you're not allowing yourself to consider alternatives. Again, this may come down to trying to take on too much, trying to fight other people's battles, trying to push emotional boundaries and overextend yourself in some way, instead of allowing people to learn their own lessons, deal with their own situations. It could be that, again, there's a very strong focus on getting what you want or getting who you want, and you're going after it at all costs, regardless of the casualty, the price, the consequence. And that determined focus is becoming unhealthy for you. Now, some of you, this is just being anxious for something. Maybe you're anxious to get out there and socialize, or you want this romantic feeling that you have for another to bloom in some way, or maybe you want to make new friends, or you're very anxious about creating an opportunity for yourself. For some of you, there's an anxiety about putting yourself out there. You'd rather be alone, and there's a real need for you to get out into the community and break out of a shell that you've built around yourself. Now, whatever it is, this is going to be a month where the past is very important. The past is an influence strongly on the present, and your present options right now are a direct result of the previous choices you made. This is going to be an emotionally challenging month for you. And there are going to be some situations that trigger some small changes for you that create larger change, and some changes that have been overdue, some things that probably should have happened a long time ago. And it's going to connect to your partnerships. There's going to be some type of significant turning point in connection to your family, or realizing your goals, or your connections to others, where you are examining either how attached you are to a situation or a person, or how you are moving further away from that. There is a lack, though, of motivation. There's some apathy, some inaction in your situation. There's a lot of self-indulgence. It could be that you and another person are indulging one another, whether that's negative or positive. The outcome is very dependent on how willing you are to address some issues and tie up some loose ends, some things from the past that perhaps you have been unwilling to face up until this point. But if you are, there's the possibility to change your understanding, your perspective, your awareness. Something can open up for you that broadens you as an individual if you allow it to. This is also going to tie into you attempting to be recognized in some way, whether great or small, and your desire for some type of achievement, or to meet an objective or a goal. And the manner in which you go about that will either determine whether you are successful or not.